Hello everyone, my name is the Radman, and we are here for another episode of Farming Simulator 2015. I've actually recorded this episode at least twice, if not 3 times, and what we're going to do is we're going to be upgrading our corn header, our trailer, our overloader, and we're going to completely get rid of this little tractor because the new size of overloader that I'm thinking of buying is just too big for that tractor. So we'll sell those, and now using the money that we got from that, we'll go in here and we're going to buy this header. This header, because I realized that since even though this is for the axial flow combine, it'll actually hook on to our New Holland. And if you didn't know, the reason that we use this New Holland over the axial flow, I'll actually just show you, is so this is the biggest axial flow. It holds 12,330, and this holds 14,500, and I will almost always go with the combine with the bigger grain tank just because I hate unloading combines. Courseplay has kind of fixed that, so I would be willing to think about it, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. Anyway, so now we're going to go into our mods, and we're first going to get a new trailer, which is the AgriLiner, which is off -5%. And it holds 80,000, so basically we'll just be able to cram more crops in before selling them. And then we're going to get a new auger wagon, which is going to be the Bergman GTW 430, and it holds 41,000, so I believe that is about a 6,000 give or take increase from the last trailer. But it's just that we're going bigger, so we're going to be going everything bigger basically. And I was originally going to buy a new combine, and in fact one of the 2 scrapped episodes I did, the problem was that somehow the back end of the model wasn't done properly. So when the tipper would come pull behind the combine and then go to swerve around for the spout, it would get stuck in traffic because of the way that the end of the combine model was. Something was wrong with it. But anyway, so yeah, so we're also going to buy at least 1 new tractor. I'm thinking of buying 2 of them, but I want to buy at least 1, if not 2, of this size of tractor. Just because I think we're actually going to buy 2 of them, because for baling on my hillier fields, which you guys wouldn't notice all the time because I don't show you very much of me like tilling or not tilling, baling. The problem is that in the hillier fields, you end up going really slow, and this one has a modified PTO that you have to manually attach. And one side effect that you might find, especially if you use courseplay, so if we do overloading, one thing you'll want to check is if you click drive course, if you load any course that should be in overloading mode and hit drive, the tractor should start doing something if your course is set up properly, because I found 2 trailers that are bigger than this trailer, but they don't have any type of support in courseplay. Like no mode can transport the trailer. And one thing to note is if you have, oh my gosh, I'll be right back. Okay, never mind. It turns out that someone else was in the house, so didn't have to actually answer it. So yeah, for some reason with especially modded trailers, it doesn't automatically put the pipe out when it drives over to a trailer, which is what I found in my testing. So I'm just going to put this out to the farthest it'll go. And yeah, this will be good now. And what I'll do is I'll leave the pipe out all the time. Let's just check. Didn't hit that pole. I just want to see. Yeah, that's what's happening, because if the game, I think it has something to do with whether or not the game sees that pipe extension as more than just a floating unload point, because I'm pretty sure that's how people do it without actually filling in that texture or whatever they're not filling in when the pipe is out. Because all I know is that in my testing, well, for one, this camera gets stuck in that trailer like nothing else. And for two, if you don't have the pipe out, the trailer will not automatically put it out like it will with the smaller overloading trailer. But anyway, we'll get this most of the way. Oh, and the reason I'm buying a bigger corn head is because on this side of this creek, I decided to seed... Okay, yeah, that's totally clipping. I decided to seed corn this time because I have almost no corn in storage, like only 300,000. And I have canola seeded on the other side of the creek so that I can hopefully get canola up around 1 million. And then I'm going to be doing probably one all fields harvest of corn next time, depending on how much corn I get from these 3 fields back here. And yeah, I'll also probably look at setting up chopping. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna have it just auto generate the courses for corn chopping though, because I don't like missing corn when I chop it. And that is one thing that most of the courses do that I don't like, is they usually miss quite a few crops. And yeah, like I said, this will kind of just sit here for a while because I'm not going to be baling anything since I'm only harvesting corn and canola, and neither of them give straw. But anyway, we'll hook onto this, and I already have it loaded to the first course it needs to go to. And I'll just drive it far enough that it can pick that up. But anyway, and we'll hook on this, and I'll just drive these all back just because it's not worth messing around with this list of vehicles to reset them back to the farm and drive them from there. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying to think of what to do now because the testing was what took up most of the time of the last video, and I did try and get this colored in a way that hopefully it looks like it actually belongs on a New Holland. And we'll take a shortcut because I just remembered the shortcuts here. But anyway, oh, one thing to note is when you get a new header, make sure that if it folds up, you unfold it all the way before clicking recalculate. Because and don't forget to actually recalculate stuff, because if you do, you could cause some trouble because you'll end up missing rows of corn or wheat or whatever you're doing. But anyway, let's see, northeast going south. Okay, we'll see if I generated this course right by the time we get over here, because because another thing I found out about the combine that I was thinking of buying is, even though the mod description says it holds 50,000 in its grain tank, which is what I wanted because I like big capacity combines, it only holds 30,000. So I don't know if it's just a mistranslation or what, but yep, there we go. And one thing I have been thinking about doing is just going around, because I'll just show you if... Okay, it's going to turn around. Okay, good. It's just turning around. Hopefully it's not going to get messed up, because... Oh, for the love of Pete. Just start at the nearest waypoint like you're supposed to. Drive. You sassafras. Son of a gun. Oh, that explains it. The weather is technically raining, even though, oh, there we go, now it's sunny. Okay, that should help. We'll get this aligned, turn it on, and drive. Okay, yeah, see, now it's starting up instead of just spinning in circles. I always forget that you have to wait until this symbol up here shows a sun, not just that it's not raining anymore. Anyway, so I'll drive this back, and I'm going to see how much time we have on this episode. I probably won't show any of the harvesting just because most of that is course played. Though I guess I could show you replanting the corn because I bought a new cultivator. Let's see, where is it? I think it's one of these two is the corn planter and the other one is the cultivator. I'll just drive this down here to where it can go. Okay, don't want you going that way. Wasn't sure which course you were going to follow, so now go this way. Thank you. And now basically all that's fixed. I just need to put this up here so that everything is in line again. Good, I think. 1, 2, 3. Good. Oh, another thing to note about this is that for some reason, if you have a field like this, on the end of the fields, the combine misses a lot. Like, I'm probably going to come through and manually cut this just because I don't like how much the combine is missing. But, you know, it's course play, can't complain. Oh, forgot to tell this guy to look for a combine. Let's see. Whoops. There we go. Okay, you should automatically find it. That's one thing I think that if course... I know that Farming Sim 17 is pretty close to coming out, but if they ever update course play, like, to whatever version... from whatever version it is now, one thing I would really like them to add is make the auto detection system actually work, because right now it doesn't work, like, at all. Anyway, so we are here with this Dutes Far. We'll put it up here above this one, which means that this is probably the other one, which needs to go above this one. So now if we go here, we should be able to tab between them. Good. And the way that I've done this, by the way, is I don't know, I'm considering generating a new course because this is 10 meters wide and that's 9 meters wide. But what I can do is, because both of my seeders are only 9 meters wide, I can just load the regular seeding course from here for this field and it'll work fine. But I might make an entirely separate cultivating course with this bigger cultivator, just because if I do potatoes or sugar beets, I also have to use a different cultivator and I'll have to make entirely new seeding courses, unless I just hire it out for workers. But the workers get really confused, especially by these type of fields. So I think we will just generate a new course. Because see, yeah, I had it set manually to 9, like the seeder. But if we do this, it's actually 10, like I said. Field 18, starting at the northeast, going south. There we go. And I'm not gonna start this till after I come with the till after the combine's probably at least over halfway across the field. But yeah, and I'll show you guys. Drive now. I'll just show you guys. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. Come on. Keep driving forward. There we go. I'm just going to show you guys what I mean. Like, if I put in the spout on this overloader, it's going to cause problems. But what I'm hoping is that if I accidentally leave the spout in, it's going to drive to the truck and then just sit there, because I'm pretty sure the way that the waiting point works with overloading mode is it goes there and waits until either the combine is full again, or it's unloaded all the way, then it continues driving to the stop sign. But we'll find out, because I'm not a course play expert by any stretch of the imagination. Come on. and I'm about 90% sure it's not gonna automatically put out the spout, because if it was, it should have done it. See, didn't do it. I just pressed this button. So what it should do now is, if I remembered right, yep, it's gonna start unloading. Need to move that spout out a little more, just because some of the trailers are closer or farther away depending on which overloading thing I'm at. And one thing I have considered doing is buying another of those New Hollands, and then obviously once I get a little more money, buying another New Holland, and that's lag for some reason. But yeah, buying another New Holland along with another tipper, and then having one on either side, and then having two combines going at once instead of just one. But I'm not sure how much the course is, if that would cause trouble, because the problem is that the automatic search doesn't work, and I think if it did, I'd be more comfortable with that idea, because I just have whichever one is available go to whichever one needs it first. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to finish this harvest. What in the world? How did it miss? That looks like it just didn't even turn on the header. That's weird. Huh. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'll probably just do this entire harvest, and we might actually just chop corn next time instead of doing more corn, because we're getting a lot more corn than I thought I would. So I'll be right back.